Hey guys, Yossi here again. Welcome to the third episode of my 3D tutorial tech blog. This episode will be kind of a continuation of the last episode. If you remember the last episode, we ended off with the two twos like that, right, and like that. And so it's just using 2 stall points and 1 point of anti-spin, and we do it. And now's a good time to explain. I call them quadrants, and then the quadrant is like, this is your 3 o'clock quadrant, right? From your 6 o'clock to your 12 o'clock, that's your 3 o'clock quadrant. From your 3 o'clock to your 9 o'clock is your 12 o'clock quadrant. Your 9 o'clock, or your 6 o'clock to your 12 o'clock is your 9 o'clock quadrant, and then your 9 o'clock to your 3 o'clock is your 6 o'clock quadrant. Does that make sense? So 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and then 3 o'clock. And then also you have your horizontal quadrant and your vertical, right? And then I divide, each quadrant is like that, but then if you cut them in half, I call these sectors. This just makes sense to me. I mean, we can call it whatever you want, but from like here to here is a sector, right? And then from here to here is a sector. But we'll get more into that later. Anyhow, so back to quadrants. This is kind of the cool part of what I like to teach, or my favorite part to teach, because this is where we start getting into the syncopation and independence part of 3D spinning. And by that I mean we are going to use a static versus an infinite, but we'll get to that later. Right now, the most basic one I like to start with is with your right hand. I want you to go from your 6 to your 12 o'clock using your 3 o'clock quadrant, right? So back and forth, this is going to be your static. So we need to kind of isolate that. You want to get this looking pretty good and this very comfortable, right? So if you can do this, which is this, in anti-spinning themselves, then we're going to add to that. So first, just so we get that basic idea down, right? So now what we're going to do is, with hands together, my right hand is going to do this, back and forth. That's it. That's all my right hand is going to do. And my left hand is going to do this. So it's going to go from your 6 to your 3, 12, 0, 6, 9, 12, 0, 6. So with hands together, it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you notice, when you're starting out, you're going same time, same direction until you get to the top, and then you're going same time, L time, I believe. I'm not 100% on the terminology. And then you're going same time, opposite direction, same time, L direction, and you end up back to where you started. So I'll do it just like this. So my right hand is going to do this, and my left hand is going to do this. Does that make sense? So when you put them together, it looks like this. It's not super clean, but you get the idea. So once again, without the foil, it looks like this. You end up back where you started. So that's using your right hand doing the static motion. And there's a couple different ways you can do that, but we'll just go over it with the left hand, which obviously it looks the exact same, but it's good to practice in both, with both hands doing the static. So the left hand looks like this. Cool, right? So now that was using same time. That was using same time with your hand. Now, when you do it split time, it looks like this. So, split time, which we're doing the exact same thing now, but where we started out hands together, we are now doing split time. So your hands start like this. So it looks like this. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and I should say that now I'm using. Doesn't matter what hand you do the static with, but I'm using my left hand to keep the static motion, right? So my left hand is just doing this back and forth, and my right hand is still doing this motion, but now we're doing it in split time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and you end up back to where you started. So once again, I'll show it with poi. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2. And if this feels comfortable, then you can switch off which hand is doing. So now my right hand is doing the static, and my left hand is moving through. So once again, with my right hand. Boom. Alright, so that's like that. And now we are gonna use the 12 o'clock and the 6 o'clock quadrants to do the same thing. So in this case, my static hand is gonna go do that, right? That's it. So now we're gonna do the exact same thing, but now it's cool because we're gonna use our horizontal plane instead of our vertical plane. And so my static hand is just going to go from my 3 o'clock to my 9 o'clock stall, right? Using the 12 o'clock quadrant. So that's it. Now and we're going to start this off at the same time, but now my left hand is going to go through the same idea, but instead of using the vertical plane, I'm going to use the anti-spin horizontal plane, this one. So when you do it separately, it looks like this. So right hand, or static hand I should say, because you can use either your right or your left, and the infinite. You end up back where you start. So, when you put them together, it looks like this. Boom. Cool, right? So, you're going to want to work on that for a while because that can take a little time to clean up and suss through. But if that feels comfortable, then now would be a good time to move on. We're going to do the same thing, but this one is a little more difficult because when we're using our 12 o'clock and our 3s and our 9, I mean, it was kind of easier. The really difficult one, and this is why I kind of insisted that it's good to practice this stall a lot from your 3 o'clock to your 9 o'clock going through your 6 o'clock, right? I mean, this is one of the more difficult ones to get consistent. But the reason this is cool is because when you can get this back and forth, then we can do what we've just been doing. So sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to start out same time, same direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And when you do that, put it together, it looks like this. So, to get that separately, like I said, you're just going to do that back and forth. And then your other hand, that's not the static hand, is going to do this. It's going to go... Boom, and that's the whole pattern. So without poi, it looks like this. Right? Put it together one more time. And one more time with poi. And this time I will do it with my left hand doing the static to show you that it's good to practice all of these ideas with your left hand as static and your right hand as static. Right? So with my left hand as the static, it looks like this. Messed it up. Here we go. And yeah, that is it for this one. That is it for this episode. Yeah, work on this stuff because this stuff takes a while. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next episode where we'll go more in depth. Thank you.